Good evening, everyone. Good evening. It's been a while since I've done this. Another live chat, Manchester City chat. I can't remember the last time I've done this, but you know what? I've actually got a bit of free time, which is a rarity these days. I'm a busy man, busier than what I used to be, so why not do an MCFC preview? This is going to be a half an hour chat. We'll keep it to 10 to 11. Hope everyone just make sure the comments are turned on so I can see if anyone does join the chat and I can respond to comments. Yep, they're on. So yeah, this Sunday, kicking off at 4 o'clock, 4:30. Huge game, absolutely massive at the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the new White Hart Lane, as I like to call it. A ground Manchester City have never won at since it's been opened. I don't even know if we've actually got any points there. I'm going to think back in my head now. I can't. So this is a ground that opened, I believe, was it 2018? We lost there 18-19. We've lost there. Did we lose 19-20? I think we did. Lost in the Champions League there in 2019. 2020, 2021, we got beat there 1-0. And how did we do there last season? Was it a draw last season? I can't remember. Just going to think about that one in my head now. Either way, it's a ground. I can't remember what happened last season. It was either a defeat or a draw, but this is a ground we've never won at since it's been opened. We have incredibly bad luck there. But will the fortunes change this Sunday? I should hope so, because this is a game Manchester City need to win badly. Currently 8 points behind Arsenal. Is it 5 points? Obviously Arsenal have a game in hand in the Premier League. Arsenal, of course, will play earlier than us. They will play at 12:30 on Saturday at lunchtime against Everton away. So going into this game against Tottenham, we could be 8 points behind Arsenal if they beat Everton. So this is huge. Now I am praying that Everton will get something against Arsenal with a new manager in Sean Dyche. Everton, bottom of the league, need to win badly to have any chance of staying up this season at Goodison Park. Do not be surprised if Everton get a result there. I can pray and hope, because Manchester City will be travelling down to London that day, so they will keep their eye on the match. Now with Arsenal drop points there, this will give City motivation to beat Tottenham on Sunday, to forget about that bad record we've got at their new stadium and get the win. We need a win on Sunday. Draw is not good enough. I hope there's no points dropped. We need to win. So if Arsenal do drop points against Everton, that could be a huge boost for us to get something against Tottenham. Against Tottenham. And obviously we do play Arsenal themselves in a couple of weeks now. That huge match on Wednesday night at the Emirates Stadium, match of the season. Incredibly, if we were to drop points against Tottenham and they beat Everton and they beat us in that match at the Emirates, the title could be over. It's crazy to think, but I believe we are still in this title race. Arsenal are a great team. They've had an amazing start to the season. They're a fantastic team, but so are Manchester City. Manchester City are also a great team too. Arsenal are brilliant, don't get me wrong, play some lovely stuff, had a great start to the season, only got beat once, but Manchester City are great too. And I believe we are yet to see the best of Manchester City yet. It's been a very inconsistent hit in this season for us so far. We've relied, I believe, too much off Erling Haaland's goals. You just wonder where. Mahrez has chipped in with a few. I think we need to get goals all over the park. The worry for us this season has not been scoring goals. We've scored a lot of goals. It's defensively. That's where we've struggled. And obviously, one of our defenders has left the club. So, I believe his title race is still alive. I am not giving defeat yet. I'm not throwing in the towel. I believe Manchester City, we've got the experience of being behind in title races and winning the league. You look back to 18-19, we were behind Liverpool quite bad. It was actually this time of the year in January as well. I remember we got beat off Newcastle at St James's, and after that game we went in an incredible run. We pretty much won every single game all the way till May, which got us the league title. Could we see that again? Maybe. We've already won. Obviously, last time we dropped points now was against got beat off United. I said after that United game when we got beat, if we could beat Tottenham, which we did at home, go on a run, fortunes could change. Luckily we've beat Tottenham, beat Arsenal in the cup. Who else have we beat? Beat Wolves. We get a win against Tottenham. Now, for me, this game against Tottenham is our biggest game of the season yet. It is massive, especially if Arsenal drop points against Everton, which we can dream and hope. But trust me, as much as City have been hit and miss this season, inconsistent, you could say, title race is not over yet. We have the experience of winning leagues now, of being behind in title races and still winning leagues. Arsenal don't have that. They don't know what it's like to be in a title race. The last time they won the league was 18 years ago. A lot's changed since then. They don't have the experience that Manchester City have of dealing with a title race. Plus, wait till the Europa League starts again. That's all else I'm saying. But of course we'll have the Champions League. So we got our first comment of the night from the legend, the man himself, the Dugout Football channel, top lad. Really good channel he's got there. Liverpool fan, really nice lad. Big up Doug, mate, how you doing? Hi Danny, nothing won in February, mate. That game next Wednesday, 15th. I can't see the whole comment, I can see a bit. It's going to be, I'm guessing it says huge. It's going to be so big. Yeah, mate. It's going to be the biggest game of the season. But obviously before then, we've got Tottenham to play Sunday, which we need to win. We'll have a visit also we got, is it Villa or someone before then as well? So we need to win them 2 games before that match, but I agree. It's going to be the biggest game of the season. I think a lot of people are saying whoever will come out winner in that game will win the league. I have to agree. If Arsenal beat us in that game, could maybe say it's over. You're right, that game could decide what's going to happen, but I believe, as I've just stated, Manchester City are still in this title race. It's been very inconsistent this season, but people are yet to see the best of us. Plus, another question, which manager would you rather have in a title race? Guardiola, who's been there and done it, or as much as he's good, as much as he's a fantastic manager, he's still very young, still learning, inexperienced you could say. Who would you rather have? The experienced Pep Guardiola or the inexperienced, still learning, you could say apprentice, Mikel Arteta? I know who I'd rather have. I think the big thing about Arsenal is when the Europa League starts again, that's when their squad's going to be tested. And of course when we did beat them last week in the FA Cup, I believe Thomas Partey went off injured. So if Arsenal get a few injuries, they're fucked. They don't have the squad like we do. So you could say our squad depth's been limited now because the departure of Cancelo, but we're still good. We've still got a good squad. Guardiola opted to not get a replacement in. He must be happy with what he's got. That's fair enough. I believe in Pep. I'll take Pep's word. He's been there and he's done it, and he knows. He'll know if his squad's good enough or not. If he wasn't happy, he'd have brought in a replacement, but he's clearly happy. And let's be honest, Ake has kept Cancelo out of the team for a month now. Cancelo wasn't getting any minutes because Ake was performing superbly. He was brilliant against Arsenal last week. I was at the game and he was fantastic. But yeah, about this game against Tottenham, it's a big game. Big game for Tottenham as well, for their top 4 hopes. It's not just a big game for us, it's a big game for them, for their top 4. Now I think Tottenham will go into this game with a little bit of confidence, of course. We beat them a few weeks ago at our ground. The game they were 2-0 up in at half time. I thought it was over. But Manchester City came out second half with a different bit of, energy, urgency. We absolutely blew them away, beat them 4-2. Now, surely that's going to give Tottenham motivation on Sunday, you would think. So they're going to be confident more. Obviously, another reason why they'll be confident is what I picked up on is they've got a very good record against us at their new stadium. Love playing Manchester City, don't want it to bad ground for us. Don't know what it is with City, but not just the Tottenham stadium. We seem to struggle in London sometimes. We beat Chelsea away this season. We're a bit up and down in London. We tend to beat the London teams at home, but when we travel to London, it's a bit, different, but that's expected. I do think Tottenham will be a little bit confident going into this, so because of the record against us in previous years at their new stadium. At the same time, though, I expect City to be firing for this game. We've had over a week's rest. Obviously, come Sunday, we'll have had a 9-day rest to prepare for this match. I know the lads have been working hard in training this week, so there's no excuses whatsoever. We should be going into this game from the start, firing at Tottenham, getting at them. No excuses for tiredness. We should be straight at them. It's been a 9-day rest, and we should get the win. Now, as I've mentioned, bad record there. We have to put that to one side and win this match, especially if Arsenal drop points against Everton. It could be huge. I tell you now, I've got a feeling Everton are going to get something. I don't know why, I just do. You know that saying, a new manager going in, different for Everton. They don't have Frank Lampard anymore. They've got a very organised Sean Dyche going in. I tell you what, I'm going for a 1-1 draw. I think Everton are going to get something, fighting for their lives as well. They need to get a result. As it stands, they are getting relegated. It's going to be a huge game. Now, obviously, if Arsenal do drop points there, it's going to give City motivation, extra motive, not like we need it to beat Tottenham, playing a day after. And I think, despite our bad record at their new stadium, I do think we're going to win, because, we need to win. There's no excuses. We have to win. If we want to win this title and still be in a title race, got to beat Tottenham. Draw's not good enough. It doesn't matter if Arsenal win, lose or draw, we need to win and just keep putting that pressure on, which is what we've been good at in previous years and previous title races. And for that, as much as I want us to be firing and, see this wonderful attacking football, I do think I'm going for a very close 1-0 City win. I do think it's going to be a close game because we're playing a Tottenham team that are playing for the top 4. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 win, and I do think Erling Haaland will get the early goal, and I just think it'll be one of them games where we'll score early and we'll kind of just sit back and defend, play for the 1-0. I'll take a 1-0 win. I'll take any win. And a clean sheet would be nice, of course. We haven't had many of them this season. Been leaky in defence. Chris Welsh, hello mate. Great to see you join this chat. I'm good, pal. Hope you're doing well, mate. Great to see you. 3-1 City, my prediction. Love that. Who are your scorers, mate? Please let me know. 3-1's a good shout. It could be one of them games where, tell you what, both teams to score is a good shout. It could be one of them where City score and then Tottenham get one back, and that'll urge City to get a few more. Could be goals. I'm going for the 1-0, which I'll be happy with, but could be goals in the game. Obviously, it's Kane v Haaland, 2 top scorers in the league. You'd expect goals, wouldn't you? I'd be happy with a 1-0 though. I do think Haaland will score. Dyche got results first, Arsenal at Burnley. Oh, very good points. Yes, he did. Did he beat Arsenal? I think, did Burnley beat Arsenal at the Emirates one season? They got like a 1-0 shithouse win. You know what Burnley played like under Dyche, you can expect that at Everton. Hard to beat. Big solid players, very good at what they do. I tell you what, I'm with you, mate, Chris. I honestly think it could be one of them where Arsenal just would riot, or Everton could just get a 1-0 win out of nowhere. And from what I believe too, Goodison Park is a stadium Arsenal struggle at. They've known to struggle at Goodison Park. I think they got beat there last season, but obviously it's different now, different Arsenal team. I'm telling you now, do not be surprised if Everton get something. I will be over the moon if Everton do. But we need to do our job. We need to beat Tottenham. Doesn't matter what Arsenal do. If the drop point's brilliant, absolutely fantastic. We need to focus on beating Tottenham. It's all about us. See, playing a day later, we'll know what's happened. But the players should be motivated anyway. They don't need to see Everton get something against Arsenal to be motivated. That's no excuse. They've had 9 days rest. Good long week's training and rest. They should be going into this game Sunday firing from the start. And I expect nothing less. Chris has got his scorers in. He's gone Son for Spurs. Good shout. He's had a slow start to the season, Son. He's been getting a lot of stick. Still a great player though. He played well at the Etihad a couple of weeks back. He's always a threat. You can never not say Son's not a threat. He's a world-class player. Haaland, like me, I've gone with Haaland. Mahrez and Foden. Good shouts, mate. Mahrez has been on fire at the moment. It's a very good shout. Good shout to Foden. Obviously, he was injured the last game. I do believe he's back on Sunday. But some good shouts there. I've gone for 1-0 Haaland, and I'm going to stick with that. But 3-1's a good shout, and you've gone for some good scorers, mate. I'd be very happy with that. Won at Arsenal in lockdown. Yeah, I thought they did. It was in my head there. I forgot which season it was, but yeah, that's right. So this is a ground Arsenal struggled at. But then again, Arsenal fans will be saying, well, you know what, City struggle at Tottenham. They've never won at that new stadium, and we haven't. I believe, if I'm right in saying, we have lost every game we have played at the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We seem to beat Tottenham at home, apart from last season. We never play well away there. Hopefully the fortunes will change, though. I think we'll win. We need to win. I've got full belief we'll win. I said 1-1 for the Arsenal game. I've gone by that too, mate. I've just got a feeling Everton will get something. You know that saying, new manager in. It always gives you a boost, that new manager in. It's a different setup. They haven't got Frank Lampard anymore. They've got a good, solid, organised manager in Sean Dyche. I think that's a good appointment, B. Obviously, I know Burnley got relegated last season, but he's kind of been there and seen it, kept Burnley up numerous amount of times he always had a limited transfer budget at Burnley. He always worked wonders, though. Big fan of Sean Dyche. He's got a couple of ex-Burnley players with him too, in Dwight McNeil and James Tarkowski. So you never know, do you? But what a start to the weekend that'll be if Arsenal do drop points and we beat Tottenham. With it being my birthday on Monday as well, it'd just be the perfect early birthday present for me. I'll be over the moon. But as Doug said, 2 weeks' time is a huge game against Arsenal v Manchester City, which Doug said himself could be the title decide. I agree. I mean, if Arsenal beat us in that match, it could be done and done, it could be buried. I've got full belief we will be there, though. This Manchester City team in previous seasons, apart from 1920 when Liverpool comfortably, you could say, beat us to the league, we have never given. 18-19, everyone thought we were doomed when we got beat off Newcastle and Liverpool kept winning, but no, we went an amazing run after that and we won the league. Do not write Manchester City off. As I said, Arsenal are a great team, play some lovely stuff, but so are Manchester City. Manchester City are a great team too. We have better squad depth than Arsenal. I believe we've got a better squad than Arsenal. I still stick by that, even though we've lost Cancelo. If Arsenal get a few injuries, are done. And I do think the Europa League, wait till that starts again, it could have a big effect. I know what I'd rather be playing in. If I had a choice between the Champions League and Europa League, I know what I'd rather be playing in. It's a no-brainer. Then Thursday nights, and you've got games at weekends, they're never easy. Couple of comments here, going to look into them. Everton fans will get behind Dyche. as well. Going to be hostile, yeah, mate. Goodison Europe and Goodison Park is rocking. It's a brilliant stadium. It's got a great atmosphere there. It's a good old, as I like to say, good old English traditional ground. I love Goodison Park. It's an old stadium, but the atmosphere there when it's rocking, it's a fantastic place. It is. It really does rock. It's not a big stadium. It's quite small actually. But when them Everton fans are behind the players, and I'm sure there will be Saturday with a new manager in, that stadium will be rocking. And I hope Everton get a result. I'll be at work, but oh God, I'll be keeping an eye on it. I predicted Dyche to get Everton job at the start of the season, or did you, mate? Good prediction. You nailed that one. I was the same. I had a feeling when the season started, Frank Lampard wouldn't last. He only just kept Everton up last season. Very lucky too as well. I think it was one of them where the new season started and he was already under pressure, and he hasn't been able to deal with the pressure. Everton have been terrible this season, and I think, as I said to Chris himself in message, it was a deserved sacking. It wasn't good enough, you know. I thought he didn't really spend enough. His tactics were awful, just because people get this idea in their heads. If you're a world-class player, which Lampard was, you're going to be a great manager. It's not the case. Look at Steven Gerrard as well, sacked by Villa, and rightly so. The two footballing legends have gone into management and they've just not done it for me. Lampard, okay, done a good job at Derby. Didn't do well at Chelsea, too much pressure. Gerrard done well at Rangers. You know, it's they just haven't done it, you know. Spurs' only good defender is Romero, yeah. World Cup winner, very good player. I'll be keeping an eye on him. He's fantastic. That'll be a good battle actually. It was at the Etihad a few weeks back. You know, it was a good battle, Romero versus Haaland. Obviously, you know, it was a really good battle that. Haaland got the better of him, see Haaland scored, but I expect a good battle between them two on Sunday. I do like Romero, he's good, big part of Argentina winning the World Cup. Looking forward to it, I really am. It's going to be a good game this. I'm going to stick with my 1-0. I'm going to talk about Tottenham now, something I haven't done yet. Players to watch out for. Harry Kane, obviously, second top goal scorer in the league behind Haaland. He's been good this season, Kane. He had a lot of stick for the World Cup, and rightly so, but scored the goals for Tottenham. Good player, we need to watch out for him. Son, as Chris said, obviously he's had a bit of a poor season, but you can never, ever write Son off. He's a world-class player, and he's someone I'd have at Man City all day long. I've always been a big fan of him. He's quality. Kulusevski, I thought he played really well at the Etihad a few weeks back. He's a really good player. They've got a good front three there. I think Tottenham's problem is the back line and the goalkeeper. I think attack, they're alright. They're a bit weak in midfield as well. They've got Bentancur, he's not a bad player. Sumu hasn't really played much, I don't know why. Charlison, well, he's more of a striker. Hasn't played, he hasn't even scored a goal for Tottenham, I think. Where is the views? I'm not asked, mate. I'll just do this for fun. I've just come here to have a quick chat about the match. That's all I'm bothered about. Talking about Tottenham, sorry. I think, yeah, their weakness is the midfield and defence, but as Chris pointed out, Romero's a good player. I'm a big fan of him. But Eric Dyer is terrible, though. I think Chris just said above, actually, yeah, he's awful. Now, if I was Guardiola, I'd be getting Haaland straight on Dyer, because I think Haaland will have him on toast. Dyer won't be able to handle Haaland. I didn't put Alvarez on. Do you know what? I'm going to do my lineup prediction now. And this might not go down well, but this is what I'm going for. I think we should just go for it on Sunday. None of this flipping one up front, 5 in midfield. I'm going for this, because I think this should win. And we've done this against Arsenal in the last 20 minutes, and I thought it changed the game when we got a goal. I'm going to go for 4-4-2. In goal, Edison. Right back, Rico Lewis. Left back, Nathan Ake. Centre backs, Kanji and Laporte. I don't know if Stones is going to be fit. Midfield 4 on the left. I'd have Grealish. On the right, I'd have Mahrez. 2 centre mids. I'd have De Bruyne and Rodri. And I'm going to go for 2 up front, which is going to totally amaze people. We've done this against Arsenal when it was 0-0 and it changed the game and we got a goal and we won. and they were both fantastic together. I'm going to go for Alvarez and Haaland up front. I love Alvarez, I think he's class. He needs to play more. He is fantastic. What an absolute bargain he was. If we get Alvarez and Haaland on Dyer, Dyer won't know what's hit him. Just go for it. Stick them both up front. I believe it's a good potential partnership there. We played N2 up front from the start. We will blow Tottenham away. I think we will. It'll be too much for Dyer to handle. Obviously, as I mentioned, their back four's weak. They play back five, don't they? Oh my God. Mahrez absolutely tore Perisic a new one when we played him at the Etihad. I go for that anyway. These comments, I go for that team. I think they can win. I want us to start playing 4-4-2 because I love Haaland and Alvarez together. It's a good potential partner, strike partnership. Anyone can do well at Rangers. It's a lollipop league. True story. I think even I could do well there. Give me the job, I'll win the league. Lucas said Spurs v City. Hello mate, how you doing? I go for 2-0 City. Hope you're right. I would be absolutely amazed with a 2-0 win. A win and a clean sheet would be perfect. What's he gone for? Your Man City, Arsenal, Newcastle. Is that your top three, mate? You think City will win the league? Big shout. Hopefully we do. Right now I think Arsenal still win it. Hope we win it though. Spurs only play well when Kulevski's in the team. Yes, I agree. I think he's Tottenham shining light, if I'm being honest. It's been really good for City, for Tottenham, this season. It's a player we need to watch out for. Ake's been class for City and class at left back as well. Kept Saka quite, yes mate. This is why Cancelo is out the door. João Cancelo was not happy with his game time, spat his dummy out, had a disagreement with Pep. He found out he wasn't playing against Arsenal in the Cup, so apparently he had an outburst in the changing room. When the players went out to warm up before the game, he isolated himself away from the players, warmed up on his own, shocking attitude, sat away from all the players at the match. I believe he didn't come on, and apparently at full time, instead of celebrating with the players, fucked off home, gone. We don't want players like that at this club. Good riddance. You're a great player, Cancelo, respect what you did. If you don't want to play for this club, fuck off. No player is bigger than the club. Ake has been absolutely brilliant, and for the past month now, he has kept Cancelo out of that team. He's been brilliant, he's been a revelation, and as Chris said, he was absolutely fantastic against Bukayo Saka. Saka didn't get a sniff. Ake dealt with him fantastically. Ake is in that team because he deserves to be in it. Same with Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis is only 18, but he's been absolutely fantastic since he's been in that team. Brilliant. It's a good partnership, that. Ake deserves his place. Fair play to him. I said 3-1 City, as you will tear them apart defensively. Yeah, we could, mate. Like I said, I stick by the team I said. Get Haaland and Alvarez together. Get them at that Tottenham defence, and I think we'll have too much. I love Alvarez, he's class. When he came on against Arsenal, he changed that match. He had that shot off the post, lovely run, ban off the post. Ake's there to put it in. He set up that goal, he created it. I honestly think Alvarez, I know Haaland's been a good signing. Alvarez could be our best bargain ever. We only paid what? How much did we pay again for Alvarez? Was it 20 million? It was really cheap. It's going to turn out to be a bargain. I believe there's a potential world-class player there. I'd play them both together, honestly. I think that could be a revelation. Chris finds it strange it was not a loan, not a permanent. Yeah, it will end up being a permanent. I think we all know that. He's not going to come back to City now. It seems like there's been burned bridges with Guardiola. I don't think he's going to be welcome back. If we can get 70 million for a 29-year-old, I'll be very happy, put it that way. Invest the money in someone younger, more hungry, and more for the future, and someone who wants to be at City. Now I'm hearing Ben Chilwell could be the answer. I hope not. I don't want Ben Chilwell. He's very injury prone. I don't even think he's that good, to be honest. Very average, and he's definitely not worth 60 million, as they're saying. I'd rather go for Antonio Robinson from Fulham. He'll be a lot cheaper, a lot younger, very good potential player, and a player who I believe could get better under Guardiola. He would be my number one replacement. I think he'd be brilliant. I would get rid of him permanently after that. Yeah, mate, absolute disgrace. Shocking attitude. Apparently it's been like this for a month now, not just the Arsenal game. His attitude's been shite. since he came back from Portugal at the World Cup. He didn't play for Portugal at the World Cup. Portugal played Diogo Dalot, the Man United right back, over him every match. I don't think he was happy since then. Either way, he's carried that bad attitude back to Manchester. Apparently he's been poor in training. He came back not the same player. Poor attitude in training. Wasn't getting involved. In training sessions, like with players, he was isolating himself, which was led to him being dropped. I think it was against Chelsea when we beat them 1-0 back in early January. He got subbed off at half time for playing poor, and he never got back into the lineup again. I don't even think he made an appearance again, but apparently since he came back, his attitude was shite, and it stunk the place out. And someone was saying this on Talk, I think it was Darren Bent said on TalkSport, good on Guardiola for getting rid of him. Guardiola knows what he's doing. He knows there's a bad egg there, so get rid. He'll be out of the club permanently, I believe. We don't want players like that at this club. Yes, he's a great player, but to be honest, I don't even think he's had the best of seasons. Like I said, Ake kept him out of the team. Goodbye, simple as that. Fair enough, good servant, but he's gone, we move on. Salah be sad to see Cancelo leave, so Salah always had him on, I can't see the rest of that comments, I'm guessing in his pocket or on the floor. Yeah, Salah always had the better of him. That game at Anfield this season when you beat us 1-0, Salah absolutely destroyed him that day. He played shite then actually. He was good last season, Cancelo, but he hasn't been the same this season. Like I say, after the World Cup, he brought his bad attitude from Portugal back to Manchester, stunk the place out. Don't want players like that. I'd rather have a much hungrier, informed Nathan Ake, who plays for the badge, loves the club, loves the fans. You can see, I tell you what, he might not be the most talented player, Ake. He's not blessed with a lot, but he plays with passion, and he plays for that badge. You can see that whenever he plays. Fair play to him. I've actually been a critic of Ake as well, but I love the guy. I think he's fucking fantastic. He's nailed that left back spot his own now. He's been fantastic. I love him. I love Rico Lewis as well. 18-year-old, he's smashing it. Again, he plays for the badge. It's what you want. You want players like that in your team. Kyle Walker's another one. I mean, Kyle Walker's been on the bench loads lately. Have you seen him spat his dummy out? No. Why is that? Because he's a true professional, unlike Cancelo. Just sharing on my community page, mate. Thank you very much, Chris, mate. I appreciate that. If you want me to share your channel, mate, let me know. Subscribe to Chris, please. Carlisle United fan. Does some absolutely fantastic. I think he's one of the most underrated YouTubers out there. He deserves way more subs. He's on 300 odd, but God, the content he provides and creates, he deserves to be on 1,000, and a top lad as well. Please subscribe to Chris. Good mate of mine. Carlisle United fan. His team are doing amazing this season. They're on fire. Hopefully they get promoted and get out of League 2. I think there's a big chance they will. I hope you do, mate. I told you Akanji would be class signing. When you signed him, you did, mate. You did. I remember you did. And now he's been absolutely brilliant, Akanji. I want to talk about Akanji, actually. Obviously, you could say, yeah, Haaland's been our best signing. Yeah, understandable with the goals he scored. But Akanji, the 15 million we paid, 15 million. What an absolute bargain. This is a defender who can play with his feet. He fits the Guardiola system perfectly. He's been an absolute revelation. I have never seen a defender so good with a ball at his feet. He must have been like that at Dortmund. He's coming in, he's flourished. He had a bit of a slow start, but I tell you what, he's come on so much. I'd have him on my team of the season. I think he's been amazing. 15 million, absolute bargain. He's been our best defender this season by far. I know Ake's been good, but Akanji has been amazing. I've never seen a defender so calm with the ball at his feet, and he just seems to play the system very well. I can see why Guardiola signed him. He's fantastic. 15 million. I don't know how we got him so cheap. Was his contract running down? Absolute bargain though. Got one for the future. Another player. Plays for that badge. Plays, with pride. You can see the passion whenever he plays. Loves the club already. They're the players you want. Players like Akanji, Stones, Ake, Lewis. That's what you want. He's been a revelation at Kanji. Obviously, put Haaland out the equation. Kanji's been our best signing by far. And I remember against Man United when we beat them, was it 6-3, 5-3? It was fantastic that day. I think that's the game he made his name, if you know what I mean. You know, he's been a revelation. We've been a bit leaky in defence this season, but players like Akanji have stepped up to the plate. He's been amazing. But yeah, going on this Tottenham game, big game for us, biggest of the season for me. Huge. 4:30 Sunday. I hope everyone watches. I know I'll be. Hopefully, City get a result against Antonio Conte's side, who've beaten us a few times. You know, and how to beat City. But I'm confident we'll win. If we get at Tottenham from the start, play that team I said. No sitting back, no passing the ball, faffing around. Get at them, get a few early goals. Tottenham can be exposed defensively, and I believe we can do that with our quality and our attacking threat. Yes, we concede goals, but we've got a very good attack. And I still believe we've scored the most goals in the league. So that's always a good thing. But yeah, I'm going for 1-0 City. Erling Haaland to get the goal. I think it'll be an early goal and then it'll be one of them where I'll take the win. I'll take any win. This is huge. But yeah, I'm going 1-0 City. I don't care what Arsenal do. If the drop point's brilliant, it'll make my fucking day, it'll make my weekend. It's all about City winning. All about City winning. It's all I care about is Man City. If Arsenal drop point's brilliant, I just care about my club. Come on City, come on you fucking Blues. Guardiola v Conte. Hopefully Guardiola will get the better of him. Just before I go, I'm going to have a look at these comments. Thanks for the kind words, mate. I only do it to give my honest opinion. You're brilliant, mate. I'll tell you what, you give your opinion, yeah, but you say it very well. No worries at all, pal. I love your channel, I love your content. You do give your honest opinion, that's what I love about you. You're very honest. You've got a very good knowledge about football as well, especially your club, Carlisle. I do love your match previews and reviews. Keep up the good work, mate. I'll always be watching. You're fantastic. It's actually windy and stormy here in Carlisle, no wonder it's going well. Yeah, I'm sure them weather conditions suit you, don't they? You'll be used to the cold weather. Where I live actually, I live in the north of England. It's very cold here. It's always, rainy, wet, cold. I know the feeling, mate. It's always cold where I live. I think we probably live in similar areas like that, but weather-wise. It's all about doing your job. I'm the same with Carlisle. Yes, mate. As long as you get the win, it's all that matters. I'll take any win on Sunday. 1-0, 4-3, 5-4. Don't want us to concede loads like 6-5, 3-2, 2-1. Any win will do me. Keep putting the pressure on Arsenal and we can win this league title. I am not throwing in the towel yet. This club have been there before. They've been behind in title races. And we've kept that consistency going. We've got winners in our team. We've got a winning manager. I believe we can still win this title. And no way I am giving him defeat yet. This is a Manchester City team who for the past, let me think in my head, 5 seasons now, finished on 90 plus points. What an incredible achievement. People don't, talk about that. Levels or what. Fucking fantastic. I'll never, we will keep going. We're not giving up. Arsenal don't have the, they don't have the experience in title races like we do. They don't have a winning manager like we do yet, I believe. Don't have a squad like us. When we play them twice, it'll be massive. But we will keep going, and hopefully, we will retain our title. If we lose out on it, fair enough. I'll congratulate Arsenal. It's been fantastic this season. But we'll keep going, and we'll see what happens. And I'm going to agree with Chris. The City vs Arsenal games are the deciders. Yes, of course they are. When we play them 2 weeks at their place under the lights on a Wednesday night, people are saying it could be a title decider. Could well be. I hope we get a result there. I mean, even if we were to beat Tottenham and Villa and get a draw at Arsenal, it won't be over. Played them at the Etihad in April. That'll be huge. We'll keep going. You know, this is a team, as I've said, have hit 90 plus points in 5 seasons now. Doesn't get talked about enough, but it's Man City. This is a team that have done it consistently for 5 seasons now. Yes, we lost the league in one of them seasons against an incredible Liverpool side, but we have hit levels that no one talks about, and there's no way we are done with this title race yet. We're already in January, there's 4 months to go, stacked with games. Arsenal have got the Europa League to deal with. I'm going to be very interested to see how their squad cope with that. I'm going to be very interested to see. I do believe our squad's better than theirs. I believe we've got a better starting 11, a better manager. I believe in my club. Up the fucking Blues. Chris says here before I go, I respect City's a Liverpool fan. Title race we had were unbelievable. Yeah, unreal, mate. 18-19 sticks out of my head. Could say last season as well when Gundogan got that winner against Villa. They're the 2 seasons that stick out of my head. But that 18-19 season, when you remember yourself, Chris, we got beat off Newcastle away in January. It was about this time of the year. And then after that match, we went in an incredible run. I think we won just about every game. We ended up winning the league against you lot. We beat you by 1 point. It was something mad. We finished on 95, you finished on 94, but we kept going and going and going and going, and we didn't stop. Hopefully, could be the same with Arsenal this season. This is an Arsenal team that, you know, don't have the experience like we do in title races. It's the first season they're in a title race, really. It was a long time ago since I last won the league. Football's changed since then. It's going to be interesting, that's all I'm saying, but I believe in my club. I believe, yes, Arsenal are the favourites right now, absolutely. They've got a 5-point lead and a game in hand, but I believe in my club, and I believe we can still win this league. I don't see why we can't. We've got the best striker in the league. Our defence isn't the best, to be honest there. We've got the best playmaker in the league. We can do this. I believe we can still do it. It's not over yet. But guys, thank you for watching. I hope we beat Tottenham on Sunday. Massive game. Biggest game of the season yet for us if we win. Brilliant. Keeps the pressure on Arsenal. I believe in my club. I believe we can still win this league. But if we win on Sunday, massive step towards the title, I'd say. Up the fucking Blues. Come on, City. I'll take any win. I'll stick with my 1-0 Haaland to score. And hopefully, at the end of Sunday night, we'll be very happy with a Man City win. And hopefully, Arsenal drop points. But it's all about Man City winning. Come on, lads. Up the fucking Blues. City till I die. Thanks everyone who tuned in. Chris, Luca, Doug. Legends. Thanks a lot, lads. Chris, thanks a lot, mate. Always